Jim Breuer, good morning, sir.
Morning, Shmonty. How are you?
Good, dude. How have you been?
Excellent.
Songs from the Garage out this Friday.
Yes.
Will there be a tour?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, first I'm going to do some festivals and local stuff in New York, working out exactly what is, because what I envision is doing the songs, but also mixing stand-up and funny videos and stuff like that. So it's funny and hard rock and metal all going on at the same time.
Now, what came first when you were writing this, Jim? Was it the lyrics, or did the Loud and Rowdy have the music tracks ready to go and then you had to write to it?
I did most of the music too, but it was most of the songs. In my head, I had all the songs, and I hummed all the songs to the band so they can imitate what I had in my head. So, and then a bunch of the lyrics I had too, but the music comes to me first, and the hooks and the choruses. I write as if I'm in the audience at the concert. So I miss those '80s concerts and the big fist pumping and the choruses and the catchy lyrics and stuff like that. So that I pretty much had that all in my head already.
That really speaks to the musicianship for the Loud and Rowdy, because sometimes when people try to vocalize guitar riffs, vocal guitar can come out terrible. You know, it's
right. I would sit there and stand in front of them like, all right, so here's the riff. And they'll look at each other like, is that a D minor? Like, what is he doing? I think he's doing an F. I don't know what he's doing. It's an open chord. Because I don't understand that language at all.
And I've been getting like little sneak peeks and tastes of different tracks off the album. You know, I've been seeing posts on Twitter. Took a listen to "Be a Dick Tonight." Very, very metal sounding. You know, it's reminiscent of like AC/DC or Judas Priesty to me, if that's fair to say.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. I'm not trying to hide that at all. It is full blown AC/DC, Priest, Scorpions, Motley Crue, old Van Halen. It's. I even say more like old Van Halen, because every song has just a little bit of a smile to it. It's not full blown comedy.
Yeah.
But I mean, "Gonna Be a Dick Tonight" is comedy. But some of the other, like Thrash, the video Thrash song Thrash, it's pretty hard rockin' metal to a degree, but it's funny lyrics. I'm home alone, no one's around, and I'm gonna throw a concert in my garage while no one's home. Until my wife and 3 kids get home.
Yeah, I like a lot of the subject matter, because it has like that very metal feel, but then again, it's kind of like you get a glimpse of Jim Breuer, Family Guy.
And that's who it is. You know, it's what I am as a stand-up comic, and I discovered that with the music too. So I'm just having a ball at raising teenage girls. It's a dragnet, hard chug. But at the end of the day, I'm just going, ho, where you going? What are you wearing? What's going on? I'm struggling as a dad as my girls become teenagers going out.
One of the lyrics in there was, "If you only knew what Dad used to do, I had a nice run. Look at me now, all girls somehow. I ain't got time for fun." Is this a cautionary tale to guys like me who don't have kids yet? Like, pump the brakes or you're going to end up with teenage girls?
Absolutely. Your big thing when you're a dad and you have teenage girls, you have 2 things on a mission. Oh, well, maybe 3. Don't get pregnant. Don't get addicted. That is the 2 biggest things. The other one is try to keep peace between you and your mother. That's the 3 things is that dad's biggest struggles when he has teenage girls.
And now also, you know, I see here that the album features Rob Caggiano from Volbeat and the one and only Mr. Brian Johnson of AC/DC.
Oh, my God. He sounds so great on that song, Mr. Rock and Roll. Even when he recorded, I'll never forget that. He's sitting there in the room with all the buttons. He'd even go in the glass room. He just sat there. He's like, "Nah, I do it in this room where the board op is, and I like the soundboard, and I sing with a handheld microphone, no headphones. It's cheating, my son, and I'll just listen to the speakers, and I record like that. I come in concert." Well, oh, my God. And he stood in front of me just with a handheld mic like I was watching karaoke, It took him 20 minutes to knock it out. It took me 3 days to knock out my part.
Again on the phone, comedian Jim Breuer talking about his album coming out this Friday, Songs from the Garage. So what was it like going from doing the hokey pokey with Brian Johnson to actually recording a real rock song with Brian Johnson?
I still am. I feel like I went to school. You know, I never felt. Just watching him come in, look at it. I'm not a musician. I study music like everyone else and all that jazz. But even recording, I had such a hard time discovering rhythms and the sound of catchy sounds while you're doing a verse and stuff like that. Where he came in, as he would say, this is bread and butter for me, my friend. It's nothing to him. He's been around. He knows how to bring the fun to a verse and then just kill it on the chorus. It's all nothing to him. It's like watching a great pitcher or an amazing quarterback or the greatest painter in the world. I was in awe, but at the same time studying.
So is this, in fact, then the real reason why Brian Johnson stepped away from AC/DC, was to collaborate with Jim Breuer?
Yeah, that's it is. He wants to leave AC/DC. He's going to tour Breuer the rest of his life. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? No, of course not. But I hope I get to hear him on either more AC/DC stuff recorded or any other track. I mean, when you hear him on this, it makes me, just as a fan, go, God, I want to hear more of that voice. Voice sounds amazing. You can't. I'm not ready to not hear that voice anymore.
So are you now writing future songs with Brian Johnson in mind, just to keep him recording with you, keep putting out
No. You know, and on a real note, he came to me. I never asked. He came to me, and he said, we were at a comedy club. He's like, Jim, I heard you're making a record, and I want to be on it. Oh, yeah, listen, you've had some drinks. He's like, no, I'm fine, Miss Orton. I'm being dead serious. I think we'd have lots of fun. And I didn't pursue it. And a couple months later, he calls, like, Jim, I'm coming to New York City, and I really, let's do this song. Are we doing it? And I said, okay. We met. I described to him the idea of a song that we could do. And then there it was almost a year later. He's like, when are we doing this? And we were ready. So he pursued me, and that's another thing that I have a hard time just sitting there going, did this really just happen? And then, of course, months later, that whole thing went down, which is really tragic. And I hope his ears turn out to be fine. And I think he's grasped it all too, and he's just such a generous, giving person. I mean, you hear all his statements. I'm blessed. I love it. It's the greatest thing. I'm depressed, but it's the greatest time of my life, and I love AC/DC. He's a class act.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing him on Songs from the Garage, Jim Brewer's new rock comedy album. It's out this Friday. Go buy it. I think there's still time to pre-order. People can pre-order and get it day of.
Yeah. Friday comes out. You can pre-order, and I think you get a shirt or something else if you pre-order it and all that jazz.
Well, again, we'll post links up on the Facebook page there. And Jim, always great talking to you, man. Thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you. Have a good one.